Hello again. It's me, Miss Stevenson, and I have another art activity for you for this week, and this one involves paint. Okay, so I tried doing it with markers and it doesn't work. So you really do need paint to do this one. If you don't have paint at home and you want to watch and remember what the activity is, maybe you could try it when you do get some paint. Okay, so for this one, you need some water and a paintbrush, and you need either acrylic paint or tempera paint, or you can do it with watercolor paint. Okay, any of those kinds of paints will work. So you want the paint to be a little bit watery. Okay, so you want it to be a little runny. See how this is drippy? I added water to it. And if you add water to it, it'll work better. Okay, so, oh, you also need a straw. Okay, if you don't have a straw, you could make a straw with a piece of paper. You could just curl it so that it looks like a tube and you can blow through it. Okay, so to start, you need to do a blotch of paint on the page. And like I said, the paint needs to be a little bit watery. Okay, like that. And you can do as many blotches as you want on the page. You'll see with the next step what it's going to be. So once you see what it is, you can decide what you want it to look like. Okay, so then I'm going to pick up my straw. I'm going to blow. I'm trying to make a really funny shape. Do you see how I'm blowing the paint? And if it's not blowing enough, I'm just going to put a little bit more so that I can push it with the air. Okay, so there's the blotch that I made with I made it with acrylic paint. Okay, and now I'm going to let it dry, totally dry, because I'm going to add marker on top of it. All right, so I'm going to set it aside somewhere safe where my animals, my pets are not going to walk across it. My little brother and sister can't get to it. I'm going to put it away to dry. And when it's dry, I can do the next step. And I will show you what the next step is right now because I have a dry one. Okay. So this is the one I made with watercolor paint. Okay, it's not as dark. This is what tempera paint or acrylic paint would look like. This one is not as dark, but it's still going to work really well. And it's actually a little darker than what the camera shows. Okay. You just have to be careful with watercolor paint that you don't put too much. You want it to be wet so that you can blow the air with the straw. But if you add too much water, then you're going to put a hole in your paper. So you need to be careful. Okay. Now, I put this aside to dry. It's completely dry now. And now I'm going to add details with a black marker. I'm going to use black. You don't have to use black. I would use a dark color though, like blue or even red or green or purple. I'm going to add details to the blotches to make them look like pictures. Okay. So I'm looking at my shapes right here and it's making me imagine things. Kind of like when you look up at the clouds and you think you see something like that you recognize. Sometimes we see shapes in clouds that look like dogs or cats or airplanes, right? Okay. So now I'm going to add some details to make it look like a picture. This is pretty funny. I thought that this blotch looked like a girl looking to the side. She's got a little nose here, a little purple mark there. And I thought this looked like a snail. So I added a snail shell. And then to make it funny, I put a leash. It looks like this girl is walking her pet snail. Isn't that funny? I have an idea for this one too. I don't know what these two look like to me yet, but this one I have an idea. My friends in OK1 will not be surprised when they see what I see in this one. I thought that one looked like a cat's face. You see that? The whiskers and the ears. And I just added a body to it. My friends in OK1 know how much I love cats. I don't know what the other ones look like. Oh, I think I know what this guy looks like to me. This guy looks like. This guy looks like a funny alien with a tail. He looks like he's stretching his arms out for a hug. And he's got antenna. So there you are, friends. You can do blotches with paint. And then once the paint is totally, totally dry and the paper is dry, then you'll be able to draw on it with some marker and turn them into something new. Look at your blotches and see, what does your imagination tell you that they look like? I think this one here kind of looks like a bird. I'm going to draw details to make it look like a bird is swooping down. Maybe he's hungry for a snail for dinner. Poor snail. Okay, friends, I hope you have fun with this. And I hope those of you that don't have paint at home, remember this activity and try it when you do get some paint, because I think it might be fun. Bye for now, friends.